Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the practice of English language teaching, chapter 4, Popular Methodology by Jeremy Harmer. The communicative approach. The communicative approach focuses on using English for real-life communication, not just learning grammar rules. In the past, English teaching was focused mostly on grammar and translation, but in the 1970s and 1980s, teachers started to focus more on communication. The communicative approach, also called CLT, communicative language teaching, became popular because it encourages students to use English in real situations, not just in textbooks. This approach includes the first one, activities that ask students to talk to each other, such as pair work or group discussions. A focus on fluency, so students can speak and understand easily, even if their grammar isn't perfect. Using authentic materials like menus, brochures, or real conversations so students learn useful language. Grammar is still tough, but the main goal is for students to communicate meaning effectively. Mistakes are accepted as part of the learning process. Task-based learning, task-based learning, TBL. Task-based learning helps students learn language by doing meaningful tasks instead of focusing on grammar first. In task-based learning, the teacher gives students a task to complete, something practical and real, like planning a trip, writing an email, or solving a problem. The idea, the idea is that students will use English to complete the task, and they will learn naturally as they do it. There are usually three stages. Pre-task. The teacher introduces the topic and prepares students. This may include reviewing vocabulary or showing a model. Task. Students work on the main tasks using their own language knowledge. The focus is on communication, not on perfect grammar. The last one, post-task. Post-task. Students reflect on the language they used. The teacher may give feedback and highlight useful phrases or correct errors. TBL helps students use English in a realistic and interactive way. Language learning happens through doing, not just memorizing. The lexical approach. Main point. The lexical approach encourages students to learn common phrases and word combinations, not just grammar and individual words. Michael Lewis introduced the lexical approach, which says that native speakers often use chunks of language, groups of words that often appear together, rather than building every sentence from grammar rules. For example, examples of lexical chunks: how are you doing? At the end of the day, have a good time. In this approach, teachers help students notice useful phrases in reading and listening texts. Teach collocations, words that go well together, like make a mistake or strong coffee. Focus less on grammar rules and more on how English is really used. This method helps students speak more fluently and naturally because they learn real language used by native speakers in daily life. Grammar teaching in context. Main point: grammar should be taught in a meaningful context, not just through isolated rules and exercises. Harmer agrees that grammar is still important, but it should not be taught in a dry or boring way. Instead of only explaining rules and doing grammar worksheets, teachers can present grammar as part of a context, like a story, a dialogue, or a real-life situation. For example, students read a short story written in the past tense. The teacher helps them notice the verbs used. After listening to someone give directions, the teacher points out the use of imperatives like go straight or turn left. This method makes grammar more memorable because students connect it with meaning, helps students understand how grammar is used in real life, encourages students to learn grammar in a natural, engaging way, Grammar still needs explanation and practice, but it becomes more useful when connected to communication. Right? I think it's enough for me to this point. Thank you for your nice attention and see you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.